live and good morning from Vietnam. And here it is 10 a.m. Vietnam time. I'm coming to you from Bien Hoa City in Dong Nai Province, Vietnam, from the Pegasus Plaza. And this is our Wednesday Nailing FX session, Spot Forex Trading Simplified. If you're in the UK, it's about 4 a.m. and those of you on the East Coast of the US, it's Tuesday night at 11. Anytime you want to get a hold of me, ask questions, please use my email address, fxopabert@gmail.com. Here is the schedule. Today is Wednesday, the 16th. I'm coming to you from FX Street, and for the rest of this month, I will be broadcasting on FX Street. So make sure that you know how to get in. And you should also go to www.tradewithufos.com/OPA, log in, sign in free, and you'll see the schedule of coming events, not only mine, but as well the other instructors who are teaching FX and other asset classes. Our disclaimer, as usual, the following videos, clips, demonstrations are for educational and instructional purposes only. Tradedictive provides these videos purely for the purpose of demonstrating a method of using the product. Users understand that all the content used in the video is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication of or prediction of actual results. As a user, you understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained through the demonstration do not indicate in any way the results you may receive by using the products. All right, let's see. We got some folks here. Look at my attendee list. Well, good morning or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are. Thanks for joining. We'll get right into it here. In today's session, I am going to introduce you to the new Zebra 48 alert confirmation indicator, which is now available. All you have to do is send an email request to me, and I will send you an evaluation copy of that, as well as indicator 62.65. The Zebra profile set, and you'll see what those are. Those are new versions. Just got them from the developer, so 3.03. Okay, and coming soon from the developer is working on it right now. We're trying to put the final touches on it. The Z33 trading channel. We'll also today do some correlations with TradingView, and hopefully we'll get some opportunity to do some hunting for trades. Here is if you take a snapshot of your screen, here are plenty of links so that you can go back and review sessions and get more information. So this is a really good page to have there. All right, so let's start out with the Z48 alert confirmation indicator. You've seen this before if you've been in my classes and my sessions. Remember the alert? We use the alert primarily on a daily chart. Works best on daily, works on all time frames, but works best on the daily. So the alert is being shown, and then in the past you would either have to determine which was the alert on your own using the blue-red lines of the profile, and then finding the close above the high of the alert period, and following those steps for a buy on the opposite direction for the sell. Well, now here's what you would see with the Zebra alert confirmation indicator. There will be a down arrow, as you see here. That is the alert. That's a shorting alert. And then we have the confirmation indicating on that. So you get the alert and the confirmation. So this was an A plus one period later, 1 day later. And at the end of the day, if you use the closing price of that day, these little square yellow boxes here, those indicate 50 pip moves. So it's not uncommon to see at least a 50 pip move from the close of the confirmation period. And this is based on end of day charts. Now, the way I set this up is I will put an order in at the close, and then I measure back to the alert period, and that is my risk. And then I flip that over to give me a 1-to-1, minimum 1-to-1. However, as soon as I get 50 pips, what I normally will do is I will go to a free trade, or in some cases I just might take the 50 pips and be done with it. It all depends on you. And so you can see here, this down here, here's the green alert at this time, and this was an A plus 2 periods later. The confirmation came in, and you can see here that again, it easily made the 50 pip, what I like to call my feel good amount. If I make 50 pips on a trade, I'm pretty happy. There's obviously an opportunity to make a lot more, as you can see here. If you took this stop and let it run, there was a lot of opportunity to make some nice pips, to gather some nice pips. Now, some people are looking at this. I've got some students who are just saying, well, you know what, I'll just trade from alert to alert, alert to alert. You can do that. It's your account. You have to be in control. But before you do anything, make sure you back test and test your theories so that you have confidence in them. And up here, again, you can see, now this chart is the Euro USD daily. Picked it up yesterday for today's session. And you can see here, again, we get the alert. Here's the alert. And it was an A plus 1, alert plus 1 day. And there we got our 50 very easily. And this was a basically sideways motion. I could recognize this as sideways. And so grabbing 50 pips was a pretty good idea. Here, very shortly after this day here, we got again an alert. There's your green arrow alert. And this was an alert plus 2 days later at the close of the second day. Remember, these are end of day. I got the confirmation, and the 50 pips was put in the bag pretty quickly. All right, so that's now the indicator 48 zebra alert confirmation. Again, send an email to me at fxopabert@gmail.com and request the indicator, and I will send you the information on how to get the evaluation copy that you can use and test on your own charts. All right, so now the next indicator is the indicator 62.65 zebra profile and set. Remember, what does set mean? Set means stop entry target, stop entry target. So here what you see, this indicator now paints the profile, the blue, red, green, and brown zebra moving average lines, which is our profile. So it gives you the profile. Then it also identifies some set arrows, and these are all set arrows. So with the green up angle, that's a potential uptrend, beginning of a potential uptrend. The red angle down is the potential downtrend begins. Now, these are very curious. These blue horizontal arrows and the red horizontal arrows. When you get a blue horizontal arrow, it means that you're likely to short now. Okay, it's a possible short now. So you can see up here, I got a blue arrow and it's telling me that I would probably want to short. Okay, now the reason you have to combine this with your profile. Now the profile is still at this point 100% sequenced to the upside. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that the blue is over the red, is over the green, is over the brown. That's 100% sequencing up, and you have a nice angle. Now as you start to see this flatten out, you want to think twice about taking that. And then here we have the potential downtrend begins. You see this angled down, but right here also we have the red. It means that now we are looking at a potential long. And what does it mean later? Later it's a short. Well, if I project these arrows over into the future, if I project the arrows into the future, when price is coming down in the future, you have a 100% sequencing down on the profile, and price hits that level. It's a possibility, a good possibility, that you may want to take a short position. So that's what it means, that it's possible short now, even though it's blue. Blue's telling me go short now, but I have to also take a look at the profile. And we've looked at the MACD in the past. I'll include that in a little bit later, but those are the things. We want to get as many indications that price is going to move in our direction that we can anticipate as possible. Okay, so that's how we're doing this. All right, so that's there. Now, here we see that we have the confirmed, and we have the profile SET combined on one chart. And so what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that I've got an alert, I've got a confirmation on the alert, but I also have a long, possible long. So this would tell me this combination here, price is going up, okay? Price is going up, and so the profile is 100% sequenced to the upside, but I have a down alert and I have a down confirmation. But now I also have a long potential. So with that information, this would tell me that if I'm going to take this, I should be, looking at this 50 target, even though I would set my stop back here and my target down below for a one-to-one possibility. Knowing this information, it's probably a good idea to just take the trade at 50. So here, going along again a few days later here, we see that I have this down indication here. And that is being given with 100% sequencing to the downside. And so I'm confident at this point that I can take a trade to the downside. I'm going to have a very small risk here, and I would go for one-to-one on that, or if I can get 50 out of it, which it looks like it's possible, great, I would do that. Now I have a what? I have a alert to the positive, a positive green alert, and then A+2 here I get a confirmation, on, again, daily charts here, daily charts confirmation, and I'm looking at this and I don't really see a very good, strong indication that price wants to go up. So again, I would set my risk and set my target. My target would have been up here somewhere, but because of the way everything shakes out here, I'd be very happy to grab 50 out of this. Then I'm looking here, I get another indication that I might be wanting to go short. This is all messed up. I can't see really a strong profile, 100% sequencing, so I would pass on that. Then I get, you can see here the profile is just squashed together, nothing that you can really do with it. I get an up indication on the SET angle, but again, nothing really there. Then I get a down angle, looks like, and then I get an up angle, and that up angle is also confirmed by the long SET here. So I've got this, I've got the green showing me to go up and the red telling me to go up. And remember, the reason that this is red is because if you project into the future, if price was coming down and I have a profile that is properly sequenced, I would take a short position, okay? So here I'm getting in this area here. My stop will be looking back. Since I don't have an alert confirmation in this area, my stop that I'm looking back at is going to be at the last significant pivot. So that would be down in here. There's my pivot. So that would be the stop. That would be the target. And as long as I don't have anything else coming in, nothing else coming in, and the profile stays 100% sequenced to the long side, okay, to the long side, I can hold this position. I can continue to hold this position. And of course, I would adjust my stop to become a profit stop rather than a stop loss by moving it maybe based on the brown line or the green line, the red line, however you want to do it, 2-bar look back. But this would be a very nice move to hold. You would be holding for this. And then for what happens here is you get this blue SET. Now this blue SET is telling you shorting. So if you did nothing else, if you hadn't been taken out and you were waiting for some other indication, this might have been your indication to go ahead and exit the position and have taken all of this nice move, okay? Now, would you take this short? Well, at this point, there still looks like there's strength to the upside based on the profile. So I would be hesitant, or again, only looking for a small gain in here, maybe again, just a 50 or even a 30. Sometimes when things don't show up as well, I either skip or look for a 30. Here I'm getting conflicting indications. I've got an angled down SET, and then it's followed immediately by an angled up SET with a long potential SET arrow here. So here at the close of this day, I've got some things that are showing up. Maybe I would wait for the profile to be 100% sequenced again. It might be in there and I'd have to check the numbers. But again, I've got a nice little move to the upside. And here again, if I project this arrow, if I had projected this arrow over, I would see that there is a potential to continue to go long because of the projection. Okay, so that's why if we go backwards, we'll go back here. That's why the blue is a potential, a possible short now and a long later. And the red is a possible potential long now, but a short later. So that's why we look at those in that way. And so again, here, up in this area here, you can see at this point, an alert came in. That alert was confirmed, and it had the SET there. So I've got all of this. The profile wasn't really giving me a strong indication. So again, at this point, I've got three nice indications that price is likely to go short. And so with this turning over a little bit, I could take the risk or wait, and I got this SET on the wait saying go ahead and go short at this point, okay? Then I get a long again, and I get the confirmation 2 periods later. So this is an A plus 2. And if I take that at the close of the end of the day, using the closing price as my entry, that's followed by an angled SET up. And so I've got some nice combinations here. And again, with the profile not helping me as much as I would like, being on the cautious side, looking at those 50. All right, so now let's take a look at the 33 indicator, the Zebra 33 channel, trading channel. We've talked about this in the past sessions, the trading channel. And now when I use the channel, and now this is a 4-hour chart rather than the daily, and when using the channel, I can go down to some lower time frames and still get some really good trading opportunities. So what you can see here, there's lots and lots of opportunities, and because there are so many, you would not want to take them all. You would filter. What are the best opportunities. So here you can see this channel, and the channel is not available yet. It should be available shortly. If you send the request for the alert confirmation and the profile SET, I will then send you the channel when it's available as well. So send those email requests to fxopabert@gmail.com. All right, and so the channel now, we have the whole thing is the channel, but I have an upper band, this band up here for this solid red and this dotted red, and then I have the lower band. So I've got bands in the channel, and I've got a center band here. So when I see good indications, in the upper band or in the lower band, okay, those are pretty nice signals to consider going short or long depending on the direction, and again your risk tolerance. So there's a lot that you can see here, and again, as I was describing earlier, you can see as these SET arrows show up, I'd like to see combinations of a green angled SET with a red arrowed horizontal SET, those two together. Now you would say, well, why don't you want green with blue or red with red? No, because remember, this is saying think about going long now and projecting shorting at that level in the future. So here I've got one that I could project. And then as I move up, I can also use these. As you see, they march up in conjunction with the profile. I could use these as opportunities to either enter and add to my position, scale in, or the other opportunity that I could take with these is to use them as stops. So I could put my stop on a position that I might already belong in and go up the scale here, as you see. All right, so here I had this and then this, and now if I project this over, you can see that I'm looking here at a condition where I have been coming down. The profile is messed up a little bit, but focus on the brown line. The brown line hasn't really changed. And so could I get short here? Well, if I got short here, then I'd have to look back and say, okay, where was the last significant pivot? And that would be way, way up here. So I don't think that that's the best opportunity. Oh, and by the way, when you have strong indications in the upper or lower band, that's when I project from the bottom of the upper band to the top of the lower band, straight down, and that becomes my target, okay, my target. And obviously the stop is above there. So you can see price move down here, then here, this is saying consider shorting now, and when I look at this, I can see that price is coming down. It's rolled over a little bit here. And so there's an opportunity. I would not take these shortings or going long if I was above the middle band or below the middle band. So that's another thing. You see, I've got this band in the middle here. So yes, this might be, looks like going long here. I'm already above, at this point, I would be above the middle band. So I'd have to really think about, do I want to take that? Because going the distance going to the upper band compared to where you'd have to put your stop way down here, the last significant pivot, that's not pretty much a good trade. However, down here, taking that, now I'll probably get stopped out on this wild move here, okay? But right after that, if you get stopped out, here you see, again, the angled green with immediately the potential long of the SET red. So green-red combination tells me that I got a good opportunity to go ahead and go to the upside. So as you start to look at this and you become more familiar, the bands really will help you to determine. And we talked last time about using the bands as the trend indicator. And as always, we always like to go ahead and make sure that we can correlate with the TradingView chart. And on TradingView, so in TradingView, we've got another opportunity to help us out by seeing where we have the buy and sell zones based on unfilled orders. UFO, unfilled orders. Okay, the UFOs show me where the unfilled orders are, and I can target them from buy to sell. And it's not unusual where you'll find is your UFO zones will fall inside of really in the relative area of the bands, high bands and low bands of a channel. Okay. So with all that said, now let's go ahead and look at some trading. Let's go to some live charts and let's see if I can get this to quit. Okay, close that and open this. All right, so what you see here we have a profile. I set this profile up. These are all dailies, okay? And I start out here, you can see, with the very basic chart. The only thing on this is price action with the spread, okay? And the spread. And then the next thing is to go with the alert. And oh, by the way, you see that I've got a synchronizing cursor here, and it synchronizes both in the price and time level. So I can see that, and that's really nice when I'm looking at multiple time frame charts and look at the price and time. So here you can see this is set up with the alert, just the pure alert. And some people, again, they just trade alert to alert and do fairly well with that, okay? Now here we see this is the alert plus the profile has been added at this point. So a little more information available, okay? Here, this next chart, this one is the, is everything else, the profile, and the alert, the profile, and the SET, the stop, entry, and target arrows that we talked about just a few minutes ago, all right? And then adding that and then having that on the channel gives me a nice way to basically get another confirmation about what's going on. And in the past, we have also talked about the MACD, and that completes the zebra suite using those all together, okay? So let's go ahead and look at something really basic. Here we go. Let's take this one. I'm not going to use the suite right now. Open this up a little bit and see what we can see. What did we have here? We have, we had an alert that was followed by an SET and a confirmation, so that would have been a nice entry. The profile was not going to give me a lot of confidence. However, I was above the channel, above the middle channel, the middle channel, and the channel was telling me that the overall trend was up. So here I've got a sell in an overall up with not a lot. So if I'm going to take this, even though I would set it up for 1-to-1, I would be very happy to just grab 50 pips out of this trade, okay? And now here I've got another alert, okay? But this time the alert is coming in the channel, and the confirmation is above the channel, and I've got another SET, but the profile is really flat here. So this is not, to me, a good opportunity to really take a trade, okay? I want to put as many things on my side as possible. So let's go ahead and bring this over. And where is, there we go. Oh, excuse me, I gotta. All right, so here we get the trading view chart, and come on, trading view. Why does this always? Okay, let's see here. Bring this down a little bit. All right, so here we see, here's the daily with my indicators, and here's what I'm looking at on the daily and trading view, and I can see here that I'm in between the sell zone and the buy zone, which coincidentally, if you look over here, you can see, well, I'm just above it here, but closer to the top side. So there's probably a sell up here or maybe a buy down here. So this doesn't help me much in this case. So what I'm going to do now is see if there's an opportunity down at the 4 hour. Okay. And so let's go ahead and squeeze this together. Oops. Here's the 4 hour, and again, I've got something showing here that in the 4 hour, but again, I'm right at this channel here. Let's take a look and go to the 4 hour here so that I can correlate. Now this is showing me on the 4 hour that I'm closer, much closer to getting and hitting this zone up here than obviously down below. So the trading view is telling me that, you know what, you may want to consider, let's see, something doesn't look right here. Let's see, I've got Euro 4 hour, and this is Euro 4 hour. Okay, this is, all right, so they just the perspectives are a little bit different. Okay. All right. So if I wanted to take this trade, and I'm looking down here also at the climate tells me that I don't have a real strong move to the downside, although a downside move has kind of been in place, and it should last for about 6 days. And we're into the 3rd day right now. We're into the 3rd day of a week downside move. And again, if I look at the channel here, see the channel? The channel is basically flat, slightly downsided. Okay, so if I wanted to take this trade, I would have to take a look and see if I could get an entry here. Okay, an entry here, probably at the 1.1875 level, okay, or at the 18800 level. That would be the short entry on a 4 hour chart. And let's see, 1, I can find that over here. 188. 18800. 188. So that would be up here, 18800, somewhere in here. Let's go ahead and put a line in for reference. I'm going to go ahead and put that at the 18800 level. Okay. And so there is my entry that I would be looking for. And so let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Now that's a potential entry. Before I jump into that, let's go ahead and go down to the next level in the 1 hour and see where we are on the 1 hour. Okay, and you see that in the 1 hour, I am down here, and I just got an alert with a confirmation that price might be looking at going up. So the channel is flat up here. Okay, here is the channel is up. At this point, I see someone saying my mouse is difficult to see. I've increased the size of the mouse to make it easier to see. Maybe I'm just moving it too fast. I apologize for that. So I'll slow down with the mouse here. And so here, if we were looking at that 4 hour, we want price to get all the way back up here. And we'll see that trade. Let's take a look here on the 1 hour, do our correlation. All right, so here's the 1 hour. Looks like we're just coming out of this buy zone, coming up here to the 186 sell zone, and the 188 is further up here on the hourly. So I'm thinking that this might be a fairly decent trade to take with a lot of potential onto the downside. And so let's just quickly look at 15. Okay, 15 looks like we might be here's that Engel saying it wants to go up. It's been going up. So just looking at this, you can see that if I went back and looked at from the daily, there have been a lot of indications the price was going to move up. So let's go back to the 4 hour. Okay. We'll go back to the 4 hour chart, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to the 4 hour here. So on the 4 hour, it says the bottom of that sell zone, the UFO unfilled order zone there, is at 1.86. The top is at the hard number, 1.1900. That's a good hard number to be looking at, and so I'm liking this. I'm liking the way this is all kind of putting it all together. So here's what I'm going to do now is take the, oh, all right. So here, need to go ahead and go pop up to the daily real quick, come back and put in a sell limit order here. And now I'm going to modify that sell limit to 1.8800, and my stop is, let's take a look here. I'll just see if I can modify that. All right, so here is my entry sell limit, what I set up here, and I'm going to put the stop, I'm going to move the stop up. Okay, up here to the about card number. Okay, and my target, let's go over here to the 4-hour and see what we've got for target. Wow, that target is way down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and come to the 17. See, 1700. Where is that? No, I'm gonna go to the 17500. 17500 for the. So I'm going to modify again. Whoops. Whoops. I just changed that. I didn't want to do that. All right. So price. Whoops. Keep it at the 800. Stop loss. Run that down. And modify. Where is the stop loss? Where's the target? Sorry. Oh, I moved the stop loss instead of, that belongs right up here. The 25 pip stop, and modify. Take profit. Modify. So this should be let's go for 2 to 1. right, so let's take a look. What is that? All right. Now, the reason I'm having some difficulties here is because I've got the cursor. You can see my synchronized cursor. Let me take the synchronized cursor off for right now, and then I should be able to read this. Okay, that's actually 51 pips. Modify. All right, so that's good enough. We'll leave that. Now, if it moves, if price comes up here, takes me in, and gets at least halfway down here, 25 pips. If I'm watching this, I'll see what that looks like. Let me go to the 1 hour chart and see what we have here on the 1 hour. All right. So here's the 1 hour. The stop is right at the top of the channel. My entry, I'm waiting for this to come in, and it should sell at that level, the 1.18800. This level down here, can't read, but it is approximately a 50 pip, 51.3 pips target, and my stop is 25 pips. Okay, so that's the trade. That's the trade that we can look at here. The target, according to TradingView, could be a lot deeper. Let's go ahead and see. It's at 1616. Okay, so I'm putting mine a little bit higher here into this area, just to be more conservative. I like to put my positions on so that I can get as much out of it as possible without having to do a lot of trading, changing. So I'll monitor and manage this. This looks pretty good, and let's take a look and see if there's any questions. You can put in the chat. Otherwise, again, remember that if you would like to get these indicators, okay, these indicators that for your MT4, they're only for an MT4 platform, so that you can easily see where the alerts are, the confirmations, and the SET, the profile, all of this, and then later on the channel information. It'll be all available to you. You'll be able to get some evaluation indicators and evaluation copies, and it's time for me to say so long. Hope that this session was beneficial for you, and that you can see that there's opportunities in trading, but you must be very patient. Don't jump into things without first understanding what you're doing and back testing to make sure that the things that you think you're going to do have favorable results. So that's it for now, folks. Thanks for being with me. I don't see any chat questions. So have a great week trading, and I'll see you next week again on FX Street. I'll be on FX Street for the rest of this month. And so hope to see you next Wednesday Any of those of you on the East Coast of the U.S., my friend Mike over there, 11 o'clock Tuesday night. Thanks for being with me, guys. Take care.